You know, Andy, I take a bit of pride in the fact that in a room about 9 or 10 years ago, you and I were just debating if it's 9 years or 10 years ago, I sat with Mark Beeching, Seth Solomons, Jordan Bitterman, Stephanie Serofian, Laura Lang, and John McCarris at Digitas when the idea was spawned for a NewFront. It wasn't then called a digital content NewFront, it was just a NewFront. And it was Digitas' idea to have a conversation about the trend that we saw coming 9 or 10 years ago in digital video and content from an advertiser's perspective, brought to you by Digitas. My good fortune was that they asked me to help in the ideation around this, and I had the privilege of standing up at the very first NewFront and kicking it off. For me, this is a special time, of the year. Several years ago, maybe 5 now, Randy Rothenberg and the IAB obviously came up with the idea to turn this into a proper marketplace. And we've seen that evolve as well into what we now call, obviously, the digital content NewFront. MediaLink is proud to continue the tradition of being part of the foundation of this couple of weeks. And this is probably, I guess, our 4th or 5th year of the official kickoff breakfast. So we're happy to celebrate it. I think what's different this year, though, Andy, is you're finding a couple of moves, a couple of slots opened up late in the game where some of the presenters historically have opted out. Now, maybe that is some indication that we've reached a sort of a tipping point in the onslaught, the rolling thunder, if you will, of 2 solid weeks of presentation after presentation. So I'm not sure if this is the year where we see a little bit of a change, but it'll be interesting to note if this is that year. Obviously, there's a lot of strong presentations. Our breakfast kicks off, we go right into the New York Times, and you have Twitter, and you have all, most of the usual suspects. I think, however, Andy, one thing that's going to be interesting to watch this year is the seemingly impregnable duopoly that people refer to of Facebook and YouTube and Google. And if you only look at Wall Street, you can see that Alphabet announced their earnings at the end of last week, and they were record-breaking, exceeded every analyst's expectations. So hard to say that they're feeling any heat from the recent discussions around safe places for content. But I think it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out across the landscape of digital video this year. Facebook, of course, and I think they reacted very well to it, but back in September we chatted about the issues they were facing in measurement. But I think they took the highest road, they found what was ailing them and stood up with the advertisers and have made great progress in terms of third-party measurement and opening up a little bit of a crack in the wall of the walled gardens. So I think it'll be interesting to see how it all plays out in this next few weeks as we roll right up to the upfronts, starting on May 15th, the traditional network and cable upfront. So a lot of interesting things should come to pass in the next few weeks. We've made some interesting announcements over the last couple of weeks. I mean, you and I were in Barcelona when we were able to announce our sale officially, and I think you and I chatted that night, and I think you even gave me a toast, so thank you for that toast back at the end of February. But in the last few weeks, you might have noted that we've announced the opening of our London office, and my partner and vice chairman of MediaLink, Wenda Millard, is going to move to London as of June 1st to kick that off. So we're very, very excited about that. And Wenda's energized beyond belief. And one of the trades said we were invading Europe. I don't know about that, but Wenda said she bought a pair of combat boots just to be ready. So here we come. And then last week we had a great announcement. We brought Dana Anderson, the former SVP and Chief Marketing Officer of Mondelez, onto our team at MediaLink, and Dana will join us next week as our Chief Marketing Officer. And just based on the accolades that we received across the industry for bringing Dana aboard, so many emails that just came in and said, wow, I guess validated our belief that Dana's going to be an amazing addition to our team as we roll into Cannes. And with regard to Cannes, we're expecting an amazing one this year. And yes, of course, we were acquired by Essential, as I said, and Essential is the parent company now of MediaLink and as well Cannes and Money 2020 and other opportunities. So We're excited, and we think it'll be a very robust year on the Quasette, and we think that 2017 will be the best yet.